How is everyone doing today? And in this video, we are going to be talking about what we always do for every patch, and that is going to be talking about the brand new character and the things you should consider before you summon on Rappa, because realistically, Rappa's in a weird spot. We got a little bit of a couple of early access videos talking about her. I have tried her out a little bit myself as well. She seems to be a very nice break unit, but centered around the AoE portion of the game, which is like pure fiction. She has a little bit of unique mechanics with being able to bounce toughness damage, which is a pretty cool thing as well, which can offer up some pretty nice things. But of course, we're going to be looking at a bunch of different things when it comes to not only the game itself and what we have currently with the characters that are around her with the reruns, and also looking at the future characters coming out and everything in between when it comes to all of the characters surrounding her, because I know with all these characters on the horizon, it's a lot of choices to make, and especially with Rappa coming out in such a weird time, because right now we're nearing the end of the 2.0 saga and we're heading into 3.0. A lot of big decisions that we're gonna have to make about our accounts very soon. So right now, looking at what we have in game for us in Star Rail, that is the wrong tab. We currently have Linga and Topaz. Now, Linga and Topaz, I think right now are a pretty good pair in terms of summons that you could probably go for. Right now, Linga is going to be the luxury sustain for the break team. If you really like the break team at the current moment, if this is one of your favorite archetypes, you love Firefly, I think that is a very big condition right there. If you love Firefly, you still haven't summoned yet, Linga will definitely be that character you want. Is she needed? Is she on the priority list in terms of characters you need to summon on? Not necessarily, not really. She is a really nice character, but can be filled in by Gallagher. She's a little bit more overkill on the healing portion while also doing her own set of damage, with her being able to do AoE as well. So she is a really nice character in terms of being a 5-star. Realistically, when looking at Gallagher though, you are able to fill in her spot with Gallagher and do pretty well with a lot of teams that she would usually be put on. Looking at the other character, we are going to see Topaz, who has been pretty much a staple for a lot of teams, or realistically for the follow-up team in regards to some of the best teams in the game. We have Dr. Ratio and Topaz, really good synergy together. We have someone like Fei Xiao and Topaz, really good synergy as well. And we even have March 7th in Topaz. So right now, Topaz is the name of the game when it comes to follow-up, besides Fei Xiao herself and of course Robin. So if you really love the follow-up meta, I think it's a pretty good team and has been probably one of the most built teams in the game, alongside Break. Yes, follow-up is definitely a team you should consider, and specifically looking at Topaz, that is also a character that should be considered in regards to bringing her up or grabbing her if you haven't already, because she has been a really nice staple in regards to the buffs that she provides, with Proof of Debt, with being able to do constant sub DPS damage, with her being off field. We have so many different characters in the game right now that are for follow-ups, like aventurine as a sustain, and looking at characters like Fei Xiao, looking at characters like Robin, boosting up someone like Topaz. Topaz has just been a really great character, and specifically looking at her from a rerun all the way up until now has been really nice in regards to the value that she brings, and is getting higher and higher with every follow-up tech character that comes out. That's a pretty cool thing in regards to all the stuff coming out right now for Star Rail. And of course, getting into the characters themselves, we'll talk about them in a quick moment. But right now, of course, we're going to see Rappa is going to be our first character alongside someone like Lune. Now, I have made my videos talking about them specifically by themselves. Lune is probably going to be a skip for most people. Not only is he a little bit more of an older unit, requires a little bit more characters in regards to needing Sparkle on the team, needing Ting Yun, all these other characters. Is that a problem? No, because this is a team-based game. But realistically, in this point of the game, especially with us going into 3.0, with us getting these brand new generation of DPSs like Acheron and Fei Xiao, Dan Heng just doesn't seem to stand the test of time at the current moment. So not a lot of people are probably going to go for this rerun. Same thing for Rappa. I think Rappa right now, realistically, is in a weird spot. She's in a similar spot to where Argenti was when we were in 1.5 or 1.6 when he came out with REHOO, where this can be a good unit, especially if you haven't had a team, or you don't have a team for pure fiction. When it comes to how Rappa does, she does really great in pure fiction. It's probably going to be her mainstay, of course, because she is erudition. So she is a really good character if you haven't had your pure fiction team built up and you want to use Break for pure fiction. She would be a really good character for that. Realistically, she's not a needed character in regards to something in regards to Firefly or even something like Boo Hill. Rappa is just a really nice overall unit. but in a weird spot. Again, we're getting really close to 3.0 with whatever they're going to be coming out in terms of DPSs. We have some really high tier supports coming out very soon, and not only that, alongside Rappa's patch with aventurine and also herself, we're also seeing something like acheron and aventurine. Acheron is by far one of the crazier characters in the game in regards to her DPS. She not only has the ability to have a long lasting life because of her mechanic in regards to her slash stream, where if you use debuffs, you get points for slash stream, you get your ultimate quick, and whatever character comes out that does debuffs, boom, acheron gets another character. Acheron gets another buff, acheron gets another teammate. It broadens the teams that you can make with acheron, which make her so good and allow her to get a lot of potential, a lot of investment value for your account as time goes by. And not only talking about that, we also have Mr. God tier sustain himself, which is aventurine, with his amazing shield that is applied non-stop for every time you take hits. And not only that, he does his own damage. He's able to support with giving crit vulnerability, if I'm not wrong, and is able to do damage. I think I said that twice. But he has really good aspects to sustain damage and support, which is more than you could ask. Really great character. And not only that, can he be put on other teams like acheron with being able to give a debuff with his ultimate, but he also does super well and is downright broken to the point when he's put up with the follow-up team, because you're giving characters like Topaz and Numbi, characters like Fei Xiao, really big boosts to their abilities with having aventurine on the team. And not only that, having Robin as well, aventurine is just gonna be doing so much damage, not even gonna be funny, similar to some of these DPSs in the game. So it's a pretty cool thing to see that the sustain is able to hold their own and it's as good as they are. Having a character that's able to heal, not heal, but shield off field, and being able to apply it constantly, have it stack on top of each other, it's going to be a really big shield regardless. And not only that, he gives 50% effect res to everybody that has a shield on, which means you have a much lower chance of actually getting afflicted with anything in terms of like the sleep, the stun, anything that is negative. He has a chance to negate it, and a pretty big one at that. So realistically, a lot of these reruns are really nice this turnaround when it comes to acheron and aventurine. Lune is not a hype pick at the current moment, and Rappa right now is in a weird spot because although she's really nice, she's not needed at the current moment in terms of the meta. We have Firefly, we have Boo Hill. Right now, Rappa doesn't give enough at the current moment to be able to warrant needing her in regards to any of the modes that are currently out right now. You can pretty much dumpster on most of the events without having to need Rappa, but if you do need a character for pure fiction, Rappa would definitely be it. Now, of course, going on to the next patch that we're going to be looking at in terms of characters, we have a character like Sunday. He is going to be Harmony Imaginary, and of course, as we all know, Harmony characters are by far some of the strongest characters in the game. We have Robin, we have Ruame, we have Sparkle, we have Tingyun, we got Bronya. All these characters have been absolutely monsters in their own right, and seeing that Sunday will be our first character in the next patch right after acheron and aventurine, they're definitely trying to get us to drain our jades very early on before we get into 3.0. So you got to remember that Sunday could be a heavy hitter, one that is going to be absolutely insane, potentially rivaling something like Ruame or Robin. Now, do I know this for sure? Not exactly. They could end up being somewhat of a flop, maybe not even something that we even use. Hopefully not. I really like Sunday and his design, but realistically, there is the possibility that he's not better than Ruame, he's not better than Robin, he doesn't perform at Robin or Ruame's level, or maybe he's better than them. So we have no idea how that's going to work, but we do have to remember Harmony is the value path when it comes to pulling for a character. If you're Harmony, for the most part, they're probably going to be a pull on your account. So we have to wait and see what Sunday is going to do. And then we have Fugue, if I'm not wrong, that's how you say it, and it's Nihility Fire, which we don't know what she's going to be doing in regards to her kit. But again, having Harmony, having Nihility, these are overall general paths that are really, really great when it comes to debuffing, buffing, allowing your teams to get a lot more value out of these characters, because these can be universally put depending on their kit. This is also another teammate for acheron. So yes, there's a lot of stuff that goes into these next few characters that we're going to be seeing. And then not only that, we have 3.0 that's going to be coming very soon. So yes, we have a lot to prepare for when it comes to brand new supports, brand new debuffers, brand new DPSs in 3.0. We have the fake collab as well. Don't forget about that. That is something I do want to mention every so often, so people don't forget about that. And then we have acheron and aventurine. It's a lot of high value characters. Not even that, we also have reruns for this patch too. So there's so much to look forward to right now when it comes to having Rappa and having Don Hung as our next patch, then you got to remember we have all these other characters coming out very soon. Aventurine, Acheron, Fugue, Sunday, whatever reruns come out with them, and then whatever 3.0 characters get drip marketed, or if we're going into 3.0. So yeah, there's just so much happening right now in Star Rail in terms of the timeline of characters coming out. We have to wait and see how that's going to work out. My general advice would be, if you are still lost in all that's happening, I would wait till Acheron and Aventurine come out. I wouldn't summon for them outright. I would wait until the stream happens to see what Sunday and Tingyun do. And then after that, I would also wait for the drip marketing to see if that's something you're interested in. And then once those are all done, then you can go ahead and summon. It will be hard, of course, to just wait in terms of saving and seeing, you know, maybe I could pull the Acheron right now and have fun, but it'd be better to make sure that you know that you're getting the most out of your jades and getting the character that you want, because you don't want to pull for something and then something hype happens right after with the drip marketing for, let's say, 3.0 or whatever the next patch is going to be. We're gonna have to wait and see. But in that, thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. See y'all guys in the next one, and peace.